Buongiorno, everyone. Welcome back to Magpie Channel TV. I've got the Greek beer on the go because we could be going to Greece next year. We will definitely be going around Europe. Get your passports out. In fact, I'm so confident. I'm seeing it now. Get your flights booked to Wrocław, Poland at the end of May 2025 because that's where the Conference League final is. Newcastle United have beaten Brentford 4-2 today and have guaranteed 7th place, which pretty much guarantees Europa Conference League football. Obviously, we need Man City to beat Man United in the FA Cup because they would steal that off us, Man United, if they managed to upset the odds in the derby at Wembley. But that isn't happening. There is zero chance of that happening. I'll put my neck on the line now. I'll say it. There's no way that Man U side beats Man City. Not a chance. Man City have went on to win 4 Premier Leagues in a row today. They are going to get the double. They are going to smash Man United because Man United are crap. I know, and I can't believe it still that we didn't beat them at Old Trafford the other night, but they're not good enough. And Man City are far the better side, obviously, and they will battle them at Wembley. They really will. Or maybe not battle them, maybe they'll embarrass them, whatever, but they will win. I'm telling you, there's no chance of Man United win that FA Cup final. So the 7th place that Newcastle got today should be enough to make sure we get our passports out yet again. The Geordies were on the boats today to Brentford. You'll be back on the boats next season. We could be on boats, ferries, planes, trains, all automobiles around Europe once again. Europe again. Ole, ole, ole. We have done it. We have done it. Fair play to the lads. Tell you what, if you offered me this a few months ago, I would have snapped your hand off for it when we looked like we were gone, we were buried. When we got knocked out by Man City in the FA Cup, to be fair, you thought the season was over, season was done. I had a lot of people telling me that I still had faith because I said, look at the league table, it's decent. And to be fair, if we hadn't bottled it in the past week, drawn against Brighton, losing against Man U, we should have got 6th, really. We weren't even that far behind Spurs in 5th. We could have closed them down, but, we didn't do that. In the end today, 7th was up for grabs. That's all we could do. We went to Brentford today knowing that if we bettered Manchester United's result, we finished above them, we got 7th, which should get Conference League. And for the first time in Premier League history, we have finally finished above Man United. Take that, you London Devils. Take that. Buzzing. Revenge. Finally. For the 90s. For them awful times in the 90s. The Premier Leagues. The FA Cups. It's finally the first thing that we can say we have done and beat them to is finishing above them. As if we've never finished above them in Premier League history, man. Not until today. Now we have done it. Take that, Man United. What a day for them, scumbags, eh? The rivals, City, have won the league again, and U's have finished 8th in their, I think it's statistically their worst season ever. So hold that, Manchester Reds. Have a bit of that, eh? Have a bit of that as the Newcastle go up to 7th and go on our European merry way yet again. Tastes just like European qualification. Absolutely lovely. And I'll be drinking plenty more for that FA Cup final next week. Now, it might not be Champions League, obviously. We're all on a high this time last year when we get Champions League and we get top 4. But after the season we've had, all the injuries, 13, 14 players missing at one point, man. Mental. After the Tonali suspension, having your best player, not your best player, we don't know that yet, but one of our biggest signings, your £55 million man, he's ruled out. Nightmare, of course, to lose him, to everything else that's happened, the group of death in the Champions League, all the mad cup draws, the last minute defeat of Chelsea in the Carabao, all of this stuff, to come out on top there, to come out and still qualify for some form of European football is immense. It's a brilliant achievement. It really is. Through all the struggles, the tribulations, the long old slog of a season that it's been, to get the job done and to qualify, I think it's brilliant. I think it's fantastic. And as I said in the preview, we have to get European football. It's imperative. Look at Bruno today with the bucket hat on, celebrating. Don't try and tell me he thinks Conference League is Mickey Mouse. Isaac and that celebrating. They want European football. Obviously, they prefer Champions League just like us. But if you'd offer them Conference League, Thursday night European football over nothing, they're going to take Conference League. They're going to take the chance to compete. There's still some very good sides in the Conference League. Olympiacos beat Aston Villa in the semis. They're playing Fiorentina in the final. You know, when you get the knockouts, there's some decent sides there. So it's still a good competition, and we haven't won a trophy for nearly 70 years. And then domestically, obviously, nearly 60 years, whatever it is. You know, so long without a trophy, man. We need to get that off our back. We need to get some silverware. And if it's a European trophy, I'm taking it all day long. Look at how much West Ham enjoyed it. Look at what it meant to them winning that competition last year. So Conference League qualification is all but in the bag, really. Obviously, we can't confirm it yet until that FA Cup final is done. And the real thing that winds you up as well, the winding up factor of this is that Man U should have got knocked out that FA Cup. It should have been Coventry in the final against Man City. They got robbed with that late decision, and we got robbed today. I mean, how many times, we'll talk about the match now, how many times did VAR want to try and shaft us today, and whoever was in that control room, a Man U fan, like most of them, saying, oh, we've got to give this European spot to Man U. We can't have Newcastle there. Got to give it to Man U. At the end there, when it's squeaky bum time for Newcastle, it really is. We're 3-0 up. It comes back to 3-2, and then we get a chance to have a pen. Lewis Hall's brought down in the box, and they give us a free kick outside the area. It was clearly inside the box. Clearly inside the box. Shocking, shite decision by VAR, that. That is a disgrace, man. That is a joke. But thankfully, guess what? Newcastle rubbed it in their faces, and we didn't need any help from VAR and refs, because from that was a free kick, which Isak hit the keeper, spilled. Bruno puts it in, puts the bucket hat on. Bruno's magic hat is a bucket hat after all, and he celebrates the 4-2. Then we see the game out, and we get 7. The Chelsea won, so they were 6. It's mad to think after Chelsea's turmoil season that they finished above both us and Man United. But who cares about that? Europa League, we let it slip, I think. But we'll focus on the here and now. We'll focus on getting Conference League. In the game itself today, listen, we got away with it early stages. We started slow. Brentford were all right. Tony scores less than 2 minutes on the clock, but he's offside. That obviously helps us. But from there, we woke up in Brentford. I would say they were on the beach, but they weren't, because second half they did a comeback. But that first half, they were terrible. We were 3-0 up. Probably should have been 4. Isak misses a chance to make it 4 before half time. And Brentford were the epitome of a side on the beach on the last day of the season there. You know, Tony, all the rest of them, dreaming of more beer, Ibiza, when they were still in the Brentford sunshine. That was 3-0 half time. Newcastle did very well. Good to see Harvey Barnes on the score sheet, who came in for Anthony Gordon, who was injured. Injured Anthony Gordon, after apparently not being a foul at Old Trafford, and it wasn't a pen. His Achilles, his ankle, ruined. Couldn't even make the travelling squad. Barnes does well. Back post header. We go 1-0 up. And then from there, Newcastle score 2 quick-fire goals. Very good work by Jacob Murphy. I think you've got to see, Murphy's been on good form. A few assists, a couple of goals the last few games. So he's done well on the right wing. Murphy with a goal, Isak with a goal. Some brilliant work again by Lewis Hall, who I thought was class today. I thought Lewis Hall was brilliant today. One of the things I'm most looking forward to next season isn't just these random trips to bloody Kazakhstan on a Thursday night, middle of nowhere Conference League settings, Bosnia and that. I'm looking forward to Lewis Hall. I'm looking forward to seeing Lewis Hall again, because his performances the last few weeks have been top. He is a talent. His energy, his drive, on the ball, off the ball. Brilliant left back. Really looking forward to seeing him. We've had to be patient to see him. He's had to be patient for game time. But now he's shining, and now we are seeing it. So I'm very pleased with that, and I can't wait to see Lewis Hall. It was unreal to see Joe Linton back the day. He missed a gilt-edged chance, though. He should have scored first. He ends up putting it wide. We'll put that down to a bit of rustiness, but he should have scored. We'll go in though 3-0. It's nice and comfortable. Also, got to mention Nick Pope. Good to see Nick Pope back today. He made some crucial saves at important times that Dubravka definitely would have let in, because he's been like a ghost in goal lately. Now he's been letting them slip, but not Pope. Brilliant. One of the saves was at Tony, who headed it at the far post. Unreal, man. Unreal. So Pope, great to see him back. And then it's unreal to be 3-0 at half time. We're cruising. Comfortable cruise to the Conference League, but not Newcastle. We don't make things easy, do we? Never. never make things easy. It's 3-2 before you know it, and there's still plenty of time on the clock. And I'm sitting there during the live watch long. You can go back and check it out. I'm panicking. I'm thinking 3-0. I'm seeing it's already done and dust. I said, this Brentford side, no way they're getting back in this game because they were so slow, so offered, so sluggish. Couldn't pass the ball. They were giving it away. They were falling all over the place. I thought that was ours, definitely. But then they just come back into it. You know, Vissa with a wonder strike by Vissa, but bad defending by Dan Burn. But it's a great strike from him. It's 3-2, and then you worry and you think, oh my God, we're bringing on subs and they're not having the effect. How was bringing on Elliot Anderson? He didn't do, for that time, I knew it wasn't great. But it didn't matter because even though VAR tried to shaft us once again, there was an offside earlier in the game as well that I thought was onside. If it was at Longstaff's goal. VAR, honestly, doing were ripped time and time again. But I thought, you know, we got the fourth there, which was great to see Bruno scoring, just to shove it in the faces of VAR and all the corruption that was trying to stop us from winning that game. So Man United could finish above us and could get our Conference League spot. But we hung on there. We got that fourth regardless through Isak. And you've got to say, Isak and Bruno of the day. Just top-class players and players we must keep a hold of this summer. If we want to build, we've got to keep a hold of them. And like I said at the start of the video, with Isak and Bruno on that, we'll probably be favourites for the Conference League. If you look at teams who are qualifying, I can't wait to see the potential draw and stuff because it still excites me. I think, you know, with Isak and Bruno in there, we should be realistically thinking that's our best chance of winning the trophy. It really is. And then win the Conference League obviously gets you Europa League as well. So it's a massive bonus that because even if you did kind of fall away in the Premier League, you would get Europa League regardless of your table finish in the league. Through in the Conference League, you would get that. So that's a massive plus as well. But Newcastle the day did their job. We've got 7th. Like I said, a couple of months back, you would have took that all day long. A lot of people thought the season was finished. Well, petering out, all the injuries and everything else, we did very well to get up there. Very, very well indeed. And I'm buzzing for it. Now all attention does turn towards that FA Cup final. Is it next Saturday, the FA Cup final? You know, you've got to think that City do that. You know, City surely win that game. Because they're a poor side, and Man City, I think they'll easily win that game. And then we'll be able to definitely confirm Conference League and more European trips. Good stuff. Now, Wilson came on, Trippier came on. You've got Dummett coming on. Could be all their last games, really, for Newcastle. Especially Wilson and Dubravka and that who were on the bench today. So we'll wait and see. Listen, it's a massive, massive summer ahead for Newcastle. There should be plenty of outgoings and incomings for me, especially now with the European football. We've got to learn our lesson from last year and strengthen our squad. And the thing is, the Conference League, it's obviously a bit different. The Champions League, you should be more inclined to be able to make changes, especially in the group stages and stuff, to compensate for the squad. A bit more rotation and being able to fight for everything, really, for me. And like I said, Conference League, we've got to be right up there as favourites. We've got 500 of you watching right now. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe and like if you haven't already. I'll have a quick look and scan through the comments before we sign off. Good point out by Homer Duo YT. Yes, I did see someone in the away end repping a nice DHgate special of the new away kit, the remake of the Adidas kit there that's coming out from 95-96, the maroon and blue stripes. I've seen someone wearing that. That was funny. Hilarious how they're already making that, to be fair. There might be one or two tweaks to that shape, but he's went for it. And he's got himself that funny stuff. He's already got it before it's even out, before it's even released. Right, let's scan through some comments. Caleb, we're City fans for a week. We definitely are. No chance Man U in the FA Cup. See someone there? Definitely not. Strange comment from Mark. If Man U are crap, what does that make us? It makes us finishing above them, Mark. It makes us getting Conference League ahead of them. And do remember that we knocked them out of the Carabao Cup and we beat them at home. There you go. We lost to Luton, but Luton got relegated. That's not how football works, Marky. We bottled 6. It's unforgivable. Some negative, unhappy people here. Strange. Be happy, man. Be happy for 7th. I know, I was gutted that we did kind of bottle 6 during the week at Old Trafford. I went down there. We should have won. End of the day, though, I think 7th in Conference League, still a good season, especially after everything we've had to deal with. Shout out Jimmy for being a YouTube member. Man City clear of Man U. Hall and Tino look great. Imagine how depressing it would be to have Ten Hag as your manager. Hopefully Ten Hag stays. Be great, huh? Lots of points lost by losing Sven and Popey and Tonali and Joe Linton. With them back in a few additions, right wing and striker. Top 4 a good option. Matty, mate, what about our players getting booked for every foul? Well, Norgard makes like 6 consecutive fouls and didn't get booked. They were definitely out to get us today. They certainly were. The referee was appalling. VAR was shocking, as per usual. And they did try and rob us. FA Cup final watch along, says Looney Tune. Might just do that, mate, to be fair. Might just go for it. Got to, really, haven't we? Because we're going to be celebrating and supporting Man City on that one against Man U. And if they get beat, then we know we have qualified definitely for the Conference League. I think it's next Saturday, the FA Cup final. Let's just double check now. I think it's next Saturday. It's like at 3 o'clock, or is it the Sunday? Saturday, 3 o'clock, 25th of May, 3 o'clock. I think so. Maybe not. Cheers for this one, Mike by 24/7. Shout out the boys over there. Looking forward to next season already. Cheers to everyone else that's tuned in throughout the season as well. Jamie Alt will be supporting Newcastle City like it is Newcastle on the 25th. Hopefully that's the end of Dubravka, Kevy says there. Exactly me. Yeah, Gmail. Alt. Very strange. Can't please everyone though, can you? Imagine we had to put it the other way around, where we got Conference League last year and Champions League this year. You know what I mean? So we're ahead of the game last year. Cheers for that one, Shade. Put in the graph today. My respect of your continent. Cheers, mate. I've been sat in this chair for about 3 hours now, so I'm looking forward to getting up and having a little stretch about. Did you watch the Fury fight? I did, and I was absolutely buzzing that he got slapped up. Referee should have stopped it in that one, to be fair. Usyk, what a comeback. What a pair of bollocks on that bloke. Great comeback by him. He was class. I didn't like Fury showboating. I thought it was disrespectful, and he got what he deserved. And big up Usyk winning that one. I used to be a big Tyson Fury fan, come back from that weight loss and the depression and everything, but now he just waffles too much, and he's just a bit of a tatey, isn't he, really? Just a bit of a sausage. So shout out Usyk. You going to Australia, says David? Unfortunately not, mate, no. Bit of a long trip, that one for me, and just doesn't make sense logistically for a week. Maybe if it was the pre-season tour, maybe, but post-season, that's a lot, man. And yeah, not going over there. But to be fair, it's a post-season thing. It's a bit of a mess, really. Unless you're in Australia, to go over to Australia for it's a bit mad if you ask me. Like, you're going to be going out there and it'll be Joe White in that plane. Shout out Ian for this one, who's a member as well. Cheers for the class content and hard work this season. Hopefully bump into you in Kazakhstan next season. Hopefully, mate. Kazakhstan, I'll be there. Don't worry, I'm in Australia. I'll be in Kazakhstan. I'll be there for the Conference League games on a Thursday night, just like I was for the Champions League games this year in Dortmund, Paris, and Milan. Jackosaurus, City are not losing FA Cup final. Of course they're not. No chance they are, man. Let's hope they don't get too pissed off this Premier League title. The players are drinking bottles of beer here. And Edison's on a glass of wine. He's injured anyway, isn't he? So he can be on a glass of wine. But all the Man City players obviously celebrating. Don't celebrate too hard, lads. You got a big FA Cup final next week. Yeah? Jack Grealish should be on a bender now. Fucking hell, he'll be on it for the next 2 months. He will be. Glitterbox for Grealish tomorrow. Jack Glitterblocks. Be on the beach clubs. Him and Pep. Let's be back for Wembley. To be fair, I'd fancy a pissed up Man City to still beat Man U, to be fair. One last look at the comments in. Shout out all the people that are still watching live, nearly 450. Please do just hit that thumbs up early here. Thank you very much. And subscribe. Right then, there we go. There we go for the match reaction. Newcastle have done it, people. Brentford 2, Newcastle 4. We are 7th in the league. We finish above Man United for the first time in Premier League history. Get in. And we will be going on some Conference League adventures as long as said Man United get battered off Premier League champions Man City. Surely that will happen. Will's asking if I'm going to the match at St. James's. Yes, I am on the 3rd of June. Another reason why I didn't go to Australia. Cheers, everyone, for tuning in. Subscribe to my channel TV. Thanks again for all the support and the viewers and the followers and everything throughout this season. Much appreciated. Loads more content coming on the Magpie Channel TV. We have a few days off to rest, and then I think we might do a watch long for the FA Cup final next Saturday. If not, we'll be back every day throughout the summer for the transfer news, for the kit releases, everything else, all the breaking news. This is the place to be. So subscribe to the Magpie Channel TV. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, people. See you later.